we were blessed again to, I found a financier in person. It was all serendipitous again, but I mean, I was blessed in that I wrote 3 screenplays and someone introduced me to Kyle, the owner of the Christ Tree. And through that, we became friends. And then I wrote the screenplay around his Christmas tree, the Christ Tree, and Enid. So the one was the thing that I took and wrote the entire story around that. So it was different. Whereas like I have my first screenplay where I sat down and I spent 2 years crafting all these characters from top to bottom, and kind of like letting them figure out how to tell the story. In this case, I already had set locations, right? Because he had already allowed us access to the tree, all of these things. So that was amazing. It was constraining from a writer's perspective. But from a producer's perspective, it was great because it was like a made-to-order film.
Yeah.
Erin, I got to say, you are a powerhouse. In my industry, I'm a triple threat. I can sing, act, dance. You're like a quadruple threat because you could do numbers. So I'm like, wow, I bet you can sing. I bet you can dance. You certainly can act, but you can do numbers. So I bow to you in that. That's admirable and awesome. And I see you leading workshops on this in the future because someone with my brain will need someone with your brain to help break down these things. And I'm sure so many of our viewers will need this process broken down. Real quickly, I really want to touch on, you didn't get to meet him, Tom, but he is so lovely. Sam Baldoni. Yeah. And I know he's a friend of yours, but when Lacey and I were filming this interview, it's like we had like a 20-minute spot with him. He was so interesting. Yeah. He's a legend as a producer. I mean, some of the stuff he has done in his career was unbelievable. And I have to mention 2 things because I realized later he's the father of Justin Baldoni, which I don't know if you've seen It Ends With Us. Great movie. And there's a whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni. I'm Team Justin, by the way. Sorry, but I am.
Hold on a second. You can keep asking the questions, but I will tell you that I call Sam my godfather, not because God chose him for me, but because he took me under his wing 25 years ago. Oh, and he's been in my life, and the Baldonis have been in my life ever since then.